Okay, we're here on this bike again. We're on this hill. And stopping here and then going across. One of the things that I have worked on to help fix my issues with the bike, actually, I worked with several different things, but the one you just saw was my ability to stop on a hill and continue on without falling over. That was accomplished by lowering my seat as low as I could possibly get it without injuring my legs. So this is not the ideal pedaling conditions. My seat's a little too low, but it is a good compromise. Would probably not be good to push very hard. Trying to climb a hill or go extremely fast, which I don't do anyway. But so it's set up now. I'm trying to stay with in gear 3 for the most part, and my assist will change, but I'll probably keep the pedaling gear at 3, because at 3 I've been able to pedal for the most part without injuring myself. And if I need a little bit extra power, I can either use the throttle, or I can use the assistant level, which could go from 1, which is what it's at right now, which you can probably see there. I'm currently in 1. It's using 316 watts, which is probably the max at 1, because it seems to stay there. And right now I'm at 100 degrees, which is good. But I'm not stressing the engine out much. I'm at 74%, but that shouldn't matter too much because, I haven't been driving it very far. So if I go 10 miles and back, it might drop down to 60%, but I don't have to worry about it going down to 0. So with the bike lower, I think I'll try to show this. This is a good spot to stop. Now I can stop here and actually touch with my toes, and actually the ball of my foot can actually touch the ground right here. So that's about an inch lower than where I had it. And this inch lower gives me a whole lot more stability than a tippy toes. And I have a tough time jumping on and off of it. So one of the things I want to point out here, I want to get out and show it, is that I added this thumb throttle here for the purpose of helping me if I need to throttle while I am turning. I seem to have a difficulty trying to figure that out. How do you turn and also use the throttle? I couldn't figure it out because I would have to let go of the right hand control function. I have to let go here where I'm not controlling here as much in order to twist. So because of that, I lost some ability to control my bike as much as I'd want, and therefore, because I'm basically controlling it with only my left arm and hand, which is my least coordinated arm and hand. So that's a good change, and it has worked out well for me when it comes to stop signs, which is one of my highest danger areas. Stop signs on hills. So I can use the throttle to get started, which I almost always have done. I still do because, yeah, that's kind of works out the best for me. And then I don't use the throttle anymore. So most of the rest of the ride, unless I stop again, I won't be using the throttle. I'll just be using pedal assist and pedaling, which is what I want to do because I need to get exercise. Now, this is not a whole lot of exercise, but studies have shown that it's enough. So if I get out here and ride for 30, 40 minutes, pedal as I'm riding, not just riding, but pedaling, that, yeah, all the benefits that I'm looking to try to get out of here, or most of them anyway, I'll be able to get. Wow, what's that noise? I think a problem that I have is that the back fender slightly touches my tire. I tried adjusting it, but I'm terrible at that, and failed. So, yeah, this would probably work a lot better with somebody that has the ability to be a fixer, which I'm not. So, after working on it for a while, I thought that maybe I had gotten it where it's not touching the tire. But now that some more time's gone by, it sounds like it does touch the tire sometimes. So, so that's bad for me. Oh, wait. No, that's right. That's the other bike. Never mind. I was thinking that maybe I forgot to strap something down, but that's the other bike that needs to be strapped down. This one doesn't. See, I'm able to continue my pedaling up this hill, but I have switched my assist all the way up to 3. That's where it needs to be in order for me not to overstress my knees. Now on my other bike, I can keep it in 1 and just use more leg power to make it up it, because I have a better angle with my knees and it's not injuring my knees. On this bike, since I had to lower the seat so much in order to get stability for me, I had, with everything, there's pluses and minuses. And so right now, it's better for me to have stability on the bike than it is to get optimal pedaling. So if I go up a hill, I'll probably use the throttle. If the pedal assist doesn't help, because I can only put out so much power without hurting my knees with the seat this low. Now, it's not extremely lower. It's only about an inch lower than where I had it before. But that inch is significant as far as getting the bike a bit stable. Doesn't seem like it should help that much, but it does. It helps a lot. So speaking of things that helped, besides the thumb throttle, which was not needed, but because not often do I turn in this and need to use my throttle at the same time. Oh, here's a chance I get to practice stopping on a hill. So here I am, stopped on a hill. Not that dangerous. Now I can switch my throttle, move forward. So yeah. So it worked perfectly. It didn't feel like I was getting ready to fall over at any point in time there. So yeah, very big help. Lowering my seat another inch. Not as good for pedaling, but sacrifices we have to make. what I'll have to learn is that when I'm on this bike, I need to not, other than just very light pedaling, if I need to do heavy pedaling, I just won't do it on this bike. I need to do that on the other bike. On this one, I will need to pedal lightly in order to keep my knees from being injured. I'm still pedaling though. It's just that I'm not applying much pressure to my pedaling. It's very light. My bike rattles an awful lot. I don't know how much y'all can hear that, but it has a lot of rattling to it. Now, I didn't have this much rattling earlier, so it's probably something I did. I'm not sure what. I'll have to figure that out when I get home. May have to do with my bag. I moved my bag to a different position because it didn't look like it would be stable enough to hold a water bottle. So I decided to move it so that it would be more stable to hold a water bottle. But maybe I didn't put it on right. Need some adjustments to it. It's always something. And speaking of always something, one of the biggest problems that I had or complained about was my tire wobble, which eventually turned out to be an actual problem because my tire blew up. And now that I had fixed it, the tire runs smoothly. It doesn't do the little wobble that it was doing. So I believe the tire was on incorrectly from the beginning and was doing the little wobble thing. Why my bike shop couldn't catch that, I don't know. A lot of people are telling me I need to switch bike shops. They might be right. But now it doesn't do that, so I'm very happy. And at the same time, the problem that I was having with turning left and right, being a little bit harder turning left and right, and me complaining about it, has gone away. It seems to be just fine for me. So now I don't know if it's somehow related to the tire. It doesn't seem like it would have related to the tire being on incorrectly. So the next thought is it's related to the fact that I did a bunch of figure eights out in the church parking lot trying to loosen it up a little bit, and that actually worked. So yeah, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know why. It could even be the fact that I just got used to it, which I don't think that was it, but have to consider that as a possibility. Yeah, you see right there, I had to switch to assist 2 so I wouldn't have to push too hard with my legs. So I got to remember that. It's hard to remember. So anyway, back to my steering. It seems to be exactly the same whether I try to push it to the left, turn left, or turn to the right. It seems to be the same. It's not a different amount of pressure needed to go one direction or the other, like it was before. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe somebody could tell me if it's even possible that a tire put on incorrectly could somehow or another affect the ability to turn left or right. I mean, to me, that doesn't sound like that would be reasonable. But yeah, I'm certainly not an expert on that. I just know the results, not the physics behind it. But yeah, I'm turning right now and I just don't tell the difference. Now, it could be that that it's now worn in, and being worn in, it was going to do this anyway, get easier as I turn left and right more often. It could be just that. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe somebody else knows. I did have some people in my chat tell me that it's possible it just needs to be worn in a little bit. or maybe that it was put on too tightly to start with. Now I'm pretty sure that too tightly to start with I can eliminate because it's fine now. So I'm going with it was the tire, which seems unlikely, or it's somehow worn in by me doing those figure eights in the church. Like I said, I did the figure eights for about an hour and a half, trying to get used to turning left and right. Now when you're able to do a figure eight, you use left turning some and right turning some, so you can get both sides. So I didn't notice when I was doing the figure eights that it was getting easier. And then when I went out the next day, it was when I got my tire blown up and I had all those issues. So I didn't get to really test it then either. And then I had to replace the tire. I got a new tire on. The tire was put on correctly. Not a new tire. It just me put the tire on differently. I had a new tube. Using the correct words apparently are hard. It's a hard thing for me to do. New tube, same old tire. I did not change out the tires. I thought about ordering a new tire because the question was the bead bad on the tire? But I decided not to do that yet. Instead, just see how it goes. Yeah, so far everything's pedals pretty well. Kind of enjoy this. I think I'll probably turn around and head back the way I came. I think there's a side road here that I don't normally take because it's a dead end, but I can take it now. Let's see if I'm correct. They had a lot of houses for sale right through this area. I mean, like 5. But it looks like they all sold. So, yeah, they were up for sale for basically the whole winter. So I thought that they would never sell. But I figured sooner or later they'd sell. But, yeah, they were having a tough time selling them since it was all up in the same area at the same time. Well, this doesn't overall look good. So this U-turn's not working as well as I would hope, and with that construction. I think I can squeeze through here on the right, though. So a successful U-turn. All right, good. Yeah, the housing market in this area for a little while was extremely, you could sell a house for more than you were asking for it. You had to ask $200,000 for it, and somebody would come and offer $225,000 for it. But here, starting about maybe 9 months ago, houses started not selling so quickly. And then you would ask $200,000 for it, and people are going, yeah, not really. We'll give you $175,000. So houses were on the market a lot longer. So I guess we had a mini housing boom here. But we don't have it anymore. Although I think the houses are more reasonable priced now. Most of these houses you're looking at as we go by are probably $300,000. Which is a lot more reasonable than $400,000. Of course, this is in South Carolina. I guess if we were like in California, they'd be $1.5 million. So extremely reasonable compared to California. Let's see, that seems to be doing okay. My knees are not hurting. So this is somewhat of a testing thing because I'm testing out how well I can adapt with this extra inch lower to the ground. And I may need to test it out for a day or two after this ride to see if my knees start hurting more than normal. But I think it's going to work out, so at least I'm hoping. The thumb throttle idea that was given to me by one of the commenters, telling me that I didn't need to wait to figure out how to do a printed thumb throttle, that they actually sell them online. And so I went online and found one that looks like it would work for $10 and ordered it. And when it got here, I installed it very easily. It can be, the position I picked it in was one that I just thought it'd be kind of like out of my way when I was riding. And then when I needed it, which is very rarely, that I would be able to find it and use it. And it would allow me to make a U-turn where if I needed to use power during the U-turn, which I usually don't, but if I did need to use the power, like I was going up a hill, I was doing a U-turn going down the hill to turn to go back up the hill, I would need power in those cases. If I'm going flat ground, I don't need any power. Now I can make that turn and then use my thumb so I don't have to let go of the handlebar, which is basically what I was doing before. It wasn't like letting go like all dramatically light, but I wasn't gripping like I would have been. And so I was basically steering with my left hand, which is my less coordinated hand, so it's not as good at driving as my right hand is. Now I have with me a tube patching kit in case I get a flat tire that I can fix by just repairing the tube. And I have a pump so that I can pump it back up. And I have some handlebar holders that, if it was possible for me to flip the bike over on its back to change out the tire, that I could do it. Now, I've tried this on my Aventon and I can actually do it, but this bike weighs 30 pounds more, so I would imagine I would have to take the batteries off of it before I tried it, and maybe I would be able to do it then, because the batteries are about 30 pounds. But I haven't practiced it yet, so I might be desperate. If I do get a flat tire, for me to try to flip the bike, I think I'd have to be desperate. Like, everybody that I know, I call and they won't answer the phone. I call AAA and they go, "Get lost, we're not going to help you either." So I'd have to be fairly desperate, like I said. I have other options before I'd have to get to try to see if I can flip it. But I might also be able to flag somebody down that would come and help me. Give them the pitiful, I'm an old man, can't help myself, so some young person can come along and help me out. Fortunately, in South Carolina, we have a lot of people who will help you out. I know there's parts of the country where people would not want somebody to come along and try to help them because you're not sure what they're actually going to do. But South Carolina is pretty, these people are pretty friendly. So I imagine if I got stuck on the side of the road that had some traffic, that probably within 30 minutes somebody would stop to help. You know, when I had my wreck on this bike, within 30 seconds somebody stopped and asked if they could help. So yeah, you know, that's normal for this area. So I don't know if it's normal in your area. And y'all might have seen some of my videos prior where I've had people stop to help me because they think I'm too feeble to even open up a door. Come along and open up the door for me and help me get into the building. In fact, I even had one person that escorted me to my doctor's office to make sure I wouldn't get lost in the building. So, yeah, very helpful. She wasn't employed there. She was just another patient just like me. Okay, so I think this test has gone pretty good. I'm going to say that some issues I still have, for the most part, I've overcome the weight issue. The steering issue, pretty much I've figured out a way around it. My wobble in the front tire is no longer there. I now have the issues where that bothers me on a daily basis is the battery still makes noise. And now I think I've added even more noise. And I believe that the fender in the back, somewhere along the way, it has gotten misaligned and now touches the tire and makes its own little noise. So I got a lot of noise behind me. I don't know if you can hear all those. But more noise than anybody would want. Okay, so let's get this up to really fast weight. We're gonna go fast. I can't do pedaling, so no pedaling. We're just gonna glide here. I got up to 30. Woo! Doing crazy stuff. Yeah, I couldn't pedal that. I started trying to pedal, then my knees started hurting, so I had to quit and just glide. So it's nice that I have that option. All right, was there anything else? Oh yeah, my trigger shift, or the shifter, I still hate. So yeah, haven't fixed it. Somebody told me that I could change up fairly easily with a trigger shifter. So, with my technical ability, I've thought about it, but I don't know if I'll do that. I think I'll just have to suffer. But it is a whole lot more tolerable right now. Mainly the steering. I'm most impressed by my steering. It's better. I feel like I have control over the bike again. And with the bike lower, it definitely, even though it's an inch, that inch definitely helps stability if I have to stop on a hill. Stopping on flat ground like this wasn't ever much of a problem. It's stopping on hills that was an issue. So this stop here wouldn't be very dangerous to me before. But the stop sign that we had just passed a little while ago, that would have been a major, yeah, stopping on that one would have probably hurt. I probably would have fallen. Oh, it looks like these people moved out. House has been up for sale for maybe a couple of months now, so. Okay, so stay tuned. I'll eventually have another episode. I thought I'd catch you up with this. Probably the next one will be with me and my dog. I think we'll head out to the dog park and try to see how my dog does in a dog park. I have to bring my chain then so I can lock my bike up as I take the dog in the dog park. Hello there. So, I'll see everybody later. All right, bye.